Listen, somebody's man just got out the way after an argument. Y'all was, working on something. Y'all may have even been friends for a very long time. I'm hearing years. And in the course of y'all trying to rekindle this romantic relationship, and it was a rekindling, there was an argument, and this man just took off. You ain't heard nothing else, and I'm trying to figure out where he went and why. Okay? This man is very much dependent on others for his self-esteem. We got beggar in reverse. He's very shallow. He's a very shallow type of guy. He doesn't even have much of a perspective. He's not much of a thinker. He's not very complex at all. He's not even very passionate about things for the most part. Okay? He is a warrior though. So he has his strength and he has his pride. That's about it. It's really not a whole lot more to know about him as far as that goes. Is what I was seeing. He's a very prideful man. And I don't know what you said to him, sis, but he tucked tail and took off. He tucked tail and got on about the way, okay? You was willing to make this man an offering and everything. Like, you really have focused all your attention on him. You really have focused all of your attention on him. Truly. I mean, you was just gazing on him. Both of y'all was really invested in trying to be romantic. It had become such a fantasy. I'm getting the vibe that y'all may have missed an opportunity before. And now here was a moment that y'all had decided we are going to go ahead and go through with this. It's going to be great. And then the fighting broke out. 5 of Wands. Fighting broke out. 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Things got chaotic. I'm seeing that somewhere in this, he started questioning his sexual value. Okay? He started questioning his financial value. There was an argument, and these were the conversations. The argument was about sex and money. And you took it there, sis. Queen of Wands. You took it there. I'm hearing Venus and Aries energy. Moon and Aries. Moon and Leo. This is a person with a lot of fire in their chart. Okay? And it's like you was Teflon. He literally couldn't even think of anything to say to you that was as bad or as hurtful as what he feels you said to him. Like, even when he thought to light back into you, he didn't even have the words. He's not a words guy either. So he just feels he got annihilated by you. He felt like a fool. He felt like, how could I have ever thought that I could have got her to accept me like this? Like, I must have been stupid. I should have known that it was going to blow up in my face. He was very hurt. He was devastated by the things that you said to him. Literally devastated. Like, it was keeping him up nights. He was that type of devastated. It hurt him. This man may have a Cancer moon. This man may have also Scorpio in his energy. But I'm seeing Cancer. A lot of Cancer. He has a lot of water in his chart. Period. He's very water heavy, this man. Maybe more than 4 placements are water. Let's put it that way. That type of energy. And he just like kind of ran off in tears. Like, he just is like, I was stupid to even think that she would want me at this point. Why would he think that? Why would he think that it would be stupid for him to think that you would want him? This man feels like he's something's wrong. Okay? He has health problems, or maybe he has health problems. He has a lot of anxiety and stress. He has a lot of burdens. There are so many burdens on him that make it difficult. He's in a difficult space. He has a lot of pain. Pain about the things he has to carry. Pain about the people he feels are on his back. He has pain in his physical body. He doesn't feel like he can readily go out and do things the way he wants to. He feels like somebody nags him all the time. Like, it's somebody just nags the shit out of him in his life regularly. Somebody, his heart is always hurting. He has broken heart, like a broken heart syndrome. He feels like he's been betrayed by somebody that made him a promise that they didn't carry through on. And he just goes through his everyday life like that pain isn't there. He's always in pain. And And he feels like he came to you, you know, having his guards up was blocked. He didn't have his guards up. He didn't have his guards up with you. He thought, you know, this person knows me. I don't have to worry about whether or not they would care for me. I think they would accept me. But something changed. Something died between y'all. Again, we see in this Scorpio. I keep telling y'all, tonight is Moon and Scorpio, and this transformation energy has just been raining down through every reading. Something between y'all changed, and it was fated that it would change. It was not an accident that things between y'all suddenly went very sour. Okay? That was not an accident. Something between y'all changed. Y'all have a union. Y'all have a bond. He was very much in his feelings. You know, he's got a lot of water energy. The feminine is, she has a lot of earth sign energy. She may be a Taurus. She may be a Virgo. But there's still fire. She's very different from him. Okay? This is like a fire and earth sign woman. Okay? And the man in this situation, we're seeing like water and earth. Maybe a water and air. They're very different, and they're having a difficult time understanding each other. There's also, there's some tricky elements. There's some spiritual elements in these people's relationships that they're not aware of. And they experienced a spiritual interruption. Things were shifted. It's almost like if Cupid comes in, right? You know how Cupid goes come in and he's going to, you know, encourage love between the people, you know, hit them with a little arrow, whatever the case may be. This is the same thing that happened, except there was interference. Someone interfered in this and changed the direction of it altogether. It was going one way and suddenly it went another way. There was someone was meddling. There was spiritual meddling in this relationship that completely changed where it was going. You see this Temperance card. That completely changed where the relationship was headed. And all of a sudden, there was a wall between them. It wasn't a wall between them at first. And all of a sudden, somebody played some games or did something in this situation that completely changed everything in it. Fell apart. And it was no accident. It was no accident that it went this way. It caused him to hold back some of his energy. And this made her, she started fighting him. King of Pentacles to the Chariot energy. When he held back on his energy, this woman lit into him like nobody's business and hurt him deeply. She hurt him very deeply. First of all, where was this meddling coming from? That's what I want to talk about. Where is this meddling coming in from? Okay. What's going on with that? I got so many cards, y'all. Make sure y'all can see everything that's going on. Somebody was meddling. And we want to know who, okay? We want to know who, and we want to know why. Who was meddling? Who was getting their meddle on? Because this meddling is what created the wall for this relationship. 10 of Wands. Everything was different. This is what set them apart from each other. The meddling. The spiritual meddling. Okay? Somebody wanted his attention back. King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody was extracting energy from him. Even more accurate. Someone in the background was just extracting his energy in an evil way. Maybe some childhood love that they had made him some kind of offering that he couldn't refuse. Somebody might have even been pregnant in the background. Somebody might have even been pregnant in the background. And there was a lot of fighting. There was fighting about a child in the background. There was fighting. There was confusion going on in the background related to a child. Something you did not know. You had no idea this particular situation was going on. It was some fighting in the background, and it sucked up his focus. Eight of Pentacles energy sucked up his focus. Some contract, something fell apart. Perhaps a relationship ended. Was he still married? Hierophant energy. There's like divorce talk. Something went terribly wrong in the background. Something that you didn't know about in relationship to someone else. It went terribly wrong in the background, and it created problems. Look at this. Once again, we see Wheel of Fortune energy. This, you see this Wheel of Fortune here that changed the relationship this way? See the energy for the Wheel of Fortune? It took us here and it changed the direction of y'all's relationship. You see it here It's going this way. Okay? This reversal in this situation, it ricocheted all the way through this situation. Right? The wave started with this. It started with his commitment. A marriage, something went wrong. Okay? A marriage, something went wrong. Something went wrong. Some commitment he had in the background that he was not telling you about. It just started falling apart. I'm thinking it may have fell apart because you were there, actually. You caused the ripple in that relationship. This man had more on his plate than what he was telling you. Okay? And he actually created the problem in this relationship. He created it. He was very angry about how it went. His anger created it. This man had gotten very ornery or irritable or kind of was running. He was running this situation over. He was just running it over. And in the end, he actually looks like he may have been trying to run over it, like skedaddle, go in another direction, do something else, change the way he was even thought about in that situation. And in the end, he ends up sick, guilty, crying. That situation drained so much from him. Okay? And that is how we arrive at this situation. So y'all follow me, because you remember the current goes wrong in this relationship going this way. And it ends up killing the current going that way. So let's go ahead and take this trip in the reverse. This is very much a love read now, right? Because we're seeing Venus energy in a major way. And we know Venus runs in a reverse pattern. So Venus is all over this relationship. Venus is all over this relationship. And we ain't talking Venus Williams, okay? Shout out to the queen. Venus energy is all over this relationship. This has got serious love energy on it. But it seems like it's almost like these people were, they were star-crossed, right? They just couldn't pull it out. So let's go backwards, right? So we see how it all went down. This man was in a state of guilt, terrible guilt, and he tried to make a real stand to make a change by taking the relationship situations that he was in, the commitment that he was in, and breaking it and focusing on breaking it. He was creating fights, even though there was a pregnancy of some kind involved with a childhood sweetheart or somebody that he had known for many, 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 many years. This person was taking a lot of money from him, and this was something in the situation that was causing him to really be controlling. Okay. Remember, we're seeing the actual pattern of this thing, right? This relationship is running in reverse. We picked up on this Venus energy, causing him to be very controlling. And he was holding back, King of Pentacles, holding back resources from this relationship due to the energy he was losing from the relationship, from this relationship. King of Pentacles in reverse up here. King of Pentacles upright down here. So due to what he was losing, the money he was losing in this relationship was affecting the money he could give to you in this relationship, right? Okay? So this created a wall between y'all. And as he tried to alchemize this wall, figure out what he can do, get y'all back into a cool place, everything between y'all reversed. And you end up here in Scorpio transformation energy. Now there's a block between y'all. Okay? There's a block between y'all at the end of the day. Y'all have gotten into a situation now where there's a block. There's a block. Your guards went up and the situation just died. That's what happened. There was a whole storyline going on in the background that he told you nothing about. And the drain of that situation just sucked the life out of what y'all was doing. And it created in you were the reactor. You just started going off because you recognized that you were not getting what you deserved from this relationship. You couldn't say exactly why. You couldn't say exactly what the situation was. But what you could say for sure, is that I know I'm not getting what I want. And that's because the situation was running in the reverse. This is a love that was actually almost, you want to say, running away from y'all. Even though it's very real and there is a bond there, when we read this relationship going forward, we see that it was murky. It was kind of like, what's really going on? We see that he has depression, blocks, transformations, etc., etc. But once Venus energy showed his face and we saw this Wheel of Fortune, how it's affecting the current of the relationship, we was able to go ahead and do this thing and see what's really going on. And what was really going on is he was so top heavy that you started getting less resources. And apparently, and I'm seriously getting Queen of Pentacles energy, less resources is not a situation that man wanted to be with you in, okay? Because when you ain't getting what you're supposed to get, hello, okay? You turned up. And his heart is absolutely broken. His heart is absolutely broken about what was said and how it was said, and the fact that he even thought he feels like a fool now. How did I even think I could pull that off? This was stupid of me to try to pull off. What exactly was he trying to pull off? Okay? What exactly was it that he was trying to pull off? Let's just make it plain. What was he trying to pull off? This man had a plan. Okay? 7 of Pentacles flipped on us. So we see that 7 of Pentacles. This man had a plan. Okay? This man had a plan. Remember, we see injustice up here, okay? We see injustice. We see focus and injustice. Now we see harvest and justice, okay? Again, there's so many reverse parallels running between these two relationships. Seriously. There's some serious reverse energy running between these relationships. This man was trying to almost have a mirroring relationship situation. This man was going to make you an offer. He was going to make you an offer ring, shall I say? Okay, he was looking at what he had available and he was trying to balance things out. He planned to make you some kind of offering. He planned to walk away from one feminine to another. Lord have mercy. Who's who in this situation? He planned to walk away from who and go to who. Okay. He planned to walk away from who and go to who. He planned to walk away from this Empress energy. Whoever this was with this baby over here, this is not where he planned to be. He had decided that he was going to be with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the divine feminine that's watching this. Okay? The Queen of Cups is the divine energy that's watching this. He planned to leave whoever this was he was having his child with. That's not even who he wanted to be with. He didn't want to be with that person. This person was a lover. That was a sexual situation. A long-going sexual situation, but he does not want to be with that person. He had a message for you, though. He had a message for you. He was planning to transition the relationship with you, okay, to one where he was the man in your life. He wanted to be the center of things. He wanted to be the center of your universe, okay, and he was about to kind of run from someone else. He was running back out into the street and running towards you, leaving this situation behind, the lovers, the sex. It looks to me, he got wounded in this, and that someone turned something into more than he wanted them to turn it into. It was turned into more than he was finding fulfillment and comfort with you. Okay, he was feeling like, okay, you know, okay, I'm rekindling this. And when you went off on him, it just killed him, because he actually did have a plan. He actually did have a plan. We want to look into how he's feeling on any other level right now. Let's just look a little deeper into his feelings in relationship to this. Where is he at with it? You are my soulmate. This man still feels your loss. He really does. He felt like you were stable. This man, again, remember we saw this man has so much pain that he hides. And when he's with you, he just feels comfortable. He's in despair. This man is in despair. Things are really bad for him. Things are really bad. They really are. He's stagnant. Wasn't shit going on in his life before you pop back up. Okay, let's read these cards the Spirit just threw at us. Look at this on the top of the deck. Okay. This man feels like you don't love him. He's angry with you. Look at this. Uh-oh. Conflicts. Look, I don't love you. Poison. Conflicts. He feels like this man is very conflicted. This I don't love you card goes both ways. Sometimes he feels like this about you. Sometimes he believes you feel this about him. He feels like he was just poisoned. This broke this man's heart so bad, the conflict that y'all had, and he's still holding on. But there was interference. What did we say? What did we say? Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you? It was interference. It was interference, okay? He could have even met this woman at work, this woman that he had this situation going with. It could have been somebody from work. And because of that, he really could not be with you at the time. Because look at this, addictions. This man had a lot of shit going on in the background. And he was scared to death. I'm scared. He was scared to death. Something had went on in his life that was threatening to explode. And he was trying to keep it from you. He was keeping something from everybody. He's very immature, this man. And he went and put himself in a stupid situation. And that situation was boiling over, blowing his life up. And for that reason, he could not commit to you like he wanted to. And he felt codependent. He couldn't even get away from the stupid situation that he got himself in. And it was sucking up his time. He was not able to give you the time. He was not able to give you the time. And you just wasn't having it. You just wasn't having it, okay? You wasn't having it. You wasn't having it, and you blew up. Because you was like, I want an explanation for what's going on here. And he really did not have one, just to be honest. This man, he wasn't sure whether he was coming or going himself. He didn't have no explanations for you, really. Okay, we didn't have some cards fall out. Because we're looking for now, where is this going? Where is it going? Okay? Okay, we see Two of Cups energy. There's still love there. There's still love there. Okay? There's still much love there. There's still room for a transition to take place to commitment. We see the Six of Swords with the Hierophant. There's still a chance for y'all to move towards commitment. There's still confusion in the air, though. Two of Cups. There's still confusion there. We see the Two of Cups in reverse as well. There's still confusion in the air between y'all. And there's still a part of him that really is not quite in a position to be a boyfriend right now. Okay? And he's still going through some things in his mind. And he's trying to unbreak his own heart at this point. So there's still some friction in here because this man is still kind of in a position where he has relationships kind of fading in and fading out. His life was just a mess. And y'all rekindled at a weird time, and his life was just a mess. It was just so much going on. And it looks like he might have just been trying to hold on to you. But the truth of the matter is, Two of Pentacles in reverse. The truth of the matter is, again, he was trying to juggle too much. And things got away from him. Things were dropping out of his hands. He trying to juggle this. He trying to juggle that. He trying to tell this person this, tell this person that. It was just so much going on. And he really just kind of lost control of the board. Just no other way to say it. So just looking for the energies. What next happens between y'all? We see there's still a chance for romance. But let's see the vibes. What next can be expected to happen between y'all? Okay? What next may happen between y'all? So we see you trying to heal. Self-care energy. We see you trying to heal. We see him calming down. Knight of Swords in the reverse. But he has some karma coming from the way he behaved. Don't get it twisted. He has karma coming. That karma is going to bring him clarity. And then we see romance resurfacing with a woman that is more of a healer. That has some wisdom. That is willing to wait for him. Because this man is going to go through some shit. He's going to really go through it. Okay? He's about to really go through it. That's just that. On that. He's about to go through it. And he's going to rekindle with somebody that's willing to wait for him to go through it. We still see this Five of Wands fighting energy. So we know it's you, sis. Because this Five of Wands energy seems to be a regular part of y'all relationship. It's not strange. A year from now, we see forgiveness between y'all. Nine of Wands in reverse. And all is going to be forgotten. Two of Swords. Okay? Two of Swords. And the upright. Two of Swords in the upright. We're not going to read reversals from this deck. Okay? Two of Swords in the upright. Period. So, we're looking for clarity. Absolute clarity. With that being said, what is the fate of the divine feminine that spoke her mind to this masculine who knew damn well he had too much going on to be trying to fool with her? But she ended up breaking his heart by speaking to him in a way that he just made him feel like he was lower than a nickel looking for change. She hurt him to his soul. He's obviously very in love with this woman, and he was hiding a lot of things from her, and he knows that. We don't know if he's going to take accountability. So what exactly is the fate of these folks here? These folks, her. Okay? We see High Priestess energy. We see High Priestess energy. And we see the Tower. Okay, we see the Tower. Okay, let's take a pause for cause. What's going to happen between these two? This divine feminine is highly spiritually in tune. She's very feminine. She receives messages. She receives messages. She hears things all the time. She hears things about this situation. She is not easy to deceive, this woman. That's why her words were able to be so scathing. She's really connected. She knows how to really bite somebody. She's very spiritually connected, and she felt the deception. Okay, High Priestess energy. She knows. We know the High Priestess. She knows. That's literally what the card means. That's what it speaks to. She knows. Okay, and she knew it. She didn't know exactly what was going on, but she knew it was time to wipe the smirk off his face. She knew something was wrong. She knew that there was dishonesty in place. She was in High Priestess energy in a major way. Okay. The fall from grace for this couple is not over. It's not over. There's still smog over these people. The explosion between them, it forced the truth out into the universe. It really did. It forced the truth out. So now the truth hangs over them. The truth is hanging over them like a curse, because the truth is something that he doesn't want to admit. And for this reason, he is still wounded by the truth that she spoke. The fact that she even knows that truth. The fact that he even knows that truth. It's a lot of dead bodies behind this man. And by that we mean skeletons in your closet. This man has so many secrets, and he guards them with his life. Okay? Guards them with his absolute life. But it does not work in this relationship. This woman has access to who he really is. And it's only because of her High Priestess energy. She has access to who he really is on a soul level. It's because of their sexual connection. Something about the sexual connection between these two. This is how they hear each other. Okay? She's connected to him sexually. She can hear him very well. She really can hear him. She's very telepathic. She almost anticipates his every move with this High Priestess energy. And what comes between them now is the truth and the revelation of his secrets. Because this woman has so much earth energy that all of that stuff that he tries to put out in the air, he tries to be elusive. This man tries to be elusive. He's very secretive. He gets into a lot of mess, and then he tries to kind of hide it. He tried to show up with her like that. It did not work on her. It did not work on her at all. Like, not at all. His little cute attempt. That's what she feels like. Your cute attempt to deceive me. Useless. She's way too powerful for that. That's how they ended up with all of this smog over them like that. She literally just fluffed the truth up in the air. The vision that I'm getting, you know how you have a blanket? Say if you had a blanket and you had a lot of soap powder on it, and you just go, and all the soap powder just goes up in the air. That's what she did with him. She exposed the truth. And now that cloud of truth, if you will, is just hovering over them. Just hovering. And considering how hard he guards his secrets, it's just difficult for him to deal with that. But she still can hear his secrets. She's spiritually gifted. There's nothing he can do. She's spiritually gifted. That's just the way that is. This man is looking at her with such love and such sympathy and such hurt. He's distant from her now. He's distant from her. By his own choosing, he's distant. He stopped calling. He ran. Being distant from you, divine, it makes his heart hurt. His heart hurts. It literally hurts. He looks at you and it's just like, oh, he misses you desperately. But you've exposed him. You've exposed him. To his spirit, you've exposed him for the coward that he is, because he's got himself in some situations and he has to face that he was afraid. He's afraid. He's afraid of you. All his ghosts and skeletons from the past, he's afraid. He's afraid. He is afraid. There's another woman that he's been with for a very long time. And they've had a lot of luck, these two. They've had a lot of luck. This is the Empress. This is the Empress. Okay, we're seeing that Empress energy again. But for some reason, he didn't want to continue to be... He's trying to get away from this person. And they have a past. They have a hell of a past. But this woman is she's simple-minded and she's sneaky. Okay? And it's been painful for him to be with her. It's like he didn't want to be with her. It's like something was hurting him about being with her. It's like he was trying to make right what he didn't want to do. Both of them. Both of them. This relationship was a sham. It was a sham. It was a sham. That produced children and all types of stuff. But it was a sham. It was a heavy load to carry. Very heavy load. And she carried most of it. To the point that now she's kind of broken down. Not who she used to be. At all. Not who she used to be. She's not who she used to be. And this has really left him someone that has been abusing himself the last few years before you pop back on the scene. This man had fell into a space where he was somewhat abusing himself. Okay? Drinking. May have even been thinking of unaliving himself at some points. Sleepless. You may have noticed he was looking a little disheveled when he was around you last. Like you thought to yourself, I remember him being a sharp dresser. Like, what happened? Okay? He didn't want to be in that house anymore. No other way to say it. He didn't want to be in that house anymore. That house had become something that he didn't feel included him anymore. He felt like the house belonged to someone else, like he was an outcast of some sort. And another man, maybe an older man, father, uncle, brother, told him, you need to go out there and figure out a way to get your wishes met for yourself. You know, it's time out. Time out. You've been thinking about everybody but yourself. Go on out there and think of someone else. So this is a complicated situation. But we're going to pull 2 more cards on it. Okay? When he came around you, you looked comfortable to him. Something about your life. You looked comfortable. You looked just comfortable. You're very feminine. Maybe your home is very comfortable. You know, you're just comfortable. You seem like nothing. You seem like peace. He found peace with you. Maybe it was quiet. Maybe you have a cat, or, you know, maybe you're single. You don't have any kids. It's just a peace. And he was seeking that peace in you. He was seeking that peace in you. And in embarrassment, he transitioned away from you. But we already know that Venus energy is all over these cards. Okay? We established that many cards ago. So the question was, where are things headed for y'all? So let's read this thing backwards. We know that he's tried to leave. We see him. This is what's going on in the present. Future facing. We're going backwards with this Venus energy. He's going to get brought back into this situation. He tried to run off, but he's going to get brought back into this situation, okay? Back into this situation where the comfort of you makes him think back to whatever this elder told him, like it's time you choose yourself, and back to this house where he's been. Back to this house where he's been with this woman with this heavy load upon herself, this Empress energy, them trying to continue to be in this relationship that both of them seem to just be kind of over, but they still trying to smile through it for smiling through its sake. Okay. He's going to go off on his own. He's going to come out of that situation. We see the Emperor here. He's going to come out of this situation, and he is going to come back your way for you to see through him. He's going to come to you because you know him for real. Okay. Because you know him for real. And you're going to end up protecting him from himself. This man is going to come back to you in trouble. And he's confused. He's broken. He's hit the wall really hard for the first time in his life. He's going to come back to you because of he wants the protection. Okay. He wants the protection. He wants to you because you know him. The very things that ran him off are going to be the things that bring him back. Okay. And when he comes back, letting you know that I'm here. I need you. I love you. I need you so bad. That's going to be the vibe when he comes back. And this heavy cloud that blew y'all relationship up before, this whole tower moment, this is going to shock you that this man comes back like that. Even with the truth hanging in the air, this man comes back like that. The decision of whether or not you let him back in your life is really one that's going to be up to you. But I will tell you this, Divine. You had deep relationships with this man before, and then karma split y'all up. This is not the last deep relationship that you'll have with him. There is another go-round of y'all's relationship. Okay? What are the results this time? Or I won't say there's another. There may be plenty more. Okay? But let's see. You know, what are the results? What are the results of y'all's situation? Okay, we had a little card jump on out at us. What are the results? Oh, that was crazy. It was like Spirit just put the card down. Child, did y'all see that? I swear I didn't throw that card down. That was like, bruh. That was deep. Okay, 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. So what are the results of all this? After he goes, he's going to come back. He's going to transition back into this relationship. So what are the results of him transitioning back? When he comes back, you're going to be in the same position you're always in. We saw 9 of Coins over here. We saw 9 of Pentacles again. You really are a serene, high-level spiritual woman. And your environment is very stable. You're just like a peace. You're just like a little pillow of peace. You really are, because of your intuition and your high priestess energy. Okay? And he's going to come back. He's going to come back. And we see y'all really kind of linking up and going for it this time. That's what we see. We see y'all making more of a go of it this time. Something enlightening about all of this. Where he comes back to you broken, but he got his mind right, or at least better than usual. And he makes you an offering of love. Page of Cups. Well, there it is. There it is. When he comes back, don't back down. Make sure you always stand up for what you believe is right, and make sure he gives you everything you deserve. That's what you did last time. And in the end, that's the thing that makes him respect you. That's when he comes back. He's going to come back and let you know that he needs you, because he recognizes this high priestess energy in you. Do not ever let that go. Okay? Do not ever let that go. Period. Ace of Wands. New beginnings. Y'all caught that tarot tea. I know y'all did. That was a heavy one. But beautiful, actually. And it was just very emotional. Like, I had a lot of emotions in this reading. So yeah, y'all feel free to go ahead. Y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe to whatever couples you know that are having this tumultuous experience. This was a very emotional, very cups energy heavy reading, very emotional, very Two of Cups heavy if I had to choose. Yeah, y'all, this was something.